Morning. Welcome to CAMX 2019. My name is Jeff Reber. I'm a technical support manager with Composites One. Today we're going to be doing a consumer recreation from preform to infusion demo. We're bringing together a number of different technologies. This part, kayak paddle, this was designed, and then basically the design went out to ZSK to do the preform for it. We also sent the design out to True Design to do the tooling. So we have a 3D printed mold. MVP and True Design did this mold. Simultaneously, we had ZSK doing a preform for this part. We're going to talk a little bit about the preform. So what we have here is it's a carbon and glass preform that was made on this machine or this type of machine by ZSK. So this preform gets dropped directly into the mold. There's really no layup other than just putting the preform in. And Renee is going to talk a bit about the machine. You're going to get to see the machine in action.
Right, thank you, Jeff. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renee. And actually, it's quite funny, but I'm from the embroidery business, you cannot imagine, but it is as it is. And basically what you see here is an embroidery machine, but it is modified to lay fibers, for instance, as well as wires. Basically, it is like this. The fiber will be supported down to the feet, and we fix it with a PA thread, like a zigzag stitch, as you can see. What is the advantage of TFP, tailor-made fiber placement? The advantage is I can lay the fiber in any direction I need. That means I can do complex shapes, any kind of complex shapes. To this preform, and this is then what actually Jeff explained what happened at the end.
One other thing that we haven't talked much about, we have a reusable silicone bag. So as you can see right now, it's open. We don't have any of the lines hooked up. So I'm going to show you real time some of the advantages to a silicone bag. So one of the details you can see is that there's a wedge-shaped groove around the perimeter of the mold. There's also a similar detail built into the bag. And we draw a vacuum at the bottom of this cavity to draw that wedge down in, and it seals the bag to the mold. All we do is we connect our two vacuum lines. And these are just quick connect hose clamps. And we got our resin line. And once we turn the vacuum on, so the vacuum's doing two things. It's pulling vacuum at the bottom of this channel to seal the bag to the mold. And then it's also pulling vacuum here to pull vacuum on the part.
And the last feature on here is a resin gel alarm. So once you're done injecting, the system will remind you by making a loud whistle sound that it's time to flush your system so the material doesn't kick off in the pump.
So what we're going to do is, when Dan starts the injection, you're going to see that this line fill with resin. Once it gets to the part, he's basically going to stop the machine, inject one stroke, and then stop it again. And we're going to do this one stroke at a time because it really doesn't take much resin to wet this out. You'll be able to see the flow a little bit. Probably want to go to an overhead shot. And yeah, let's go ahead. You see the resin coming through this tube? Yeah, hit stop. Stop. All right. And you can see that it went through the feed line and it's starting to soak through the part a little bit. So go one more. Okay. It's flowing across still. One more. And we're just going to keep doing this kind of one stroke at a time until we get the part to wet out. Okay, hold on a second. Looks like it's right about here. One more. And you can see that that's pretty much it. You can see the resin right here. You can see it really good here. It's come across this far. So essentially, that's it. The part is now wet out. You got to see a bunch of different technology from 3D printed tooling to a CNC print preform to vacuum infusion with the silicone bag. So at this point, are there any questions on anything that you saw? Do we have a microphone out there if you want to shout out your questions? All right, well, we appreciate your time. Thank you.